Okay, let's do this. Unboxing, 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 unboxing. What's up, dude and dudettes? Hey there. Hey. Hey there. Hey. Well, hi there. Well, hi there. What's your name? What's up, everybody? I got something kind of cool in the mail today. I ordered this speaker maybe like 3 days ago. It's called the WKing X10-1 outdoor wireless speaker. It looks like this, and supposedly this thing is supposed to be like the runner-up to the JBL Extreme 3 or whatever it's called. It's not like the boombox, but it's the one that's like right underneath it. I had been looking for a Bluetooth speaker for a while, for probably like 2 or 3 weeks. I've been like researching everything and trying to figure out what is the best bang for my buck, and I landed on this thing. Supposedly, it's supposed to be pretty good. They call it the JBL killer. I don't know if that's true or not, but at the price point, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I want to do an unboxing. So here's what the box looks like. This speaker is a little bit gross in the way that it looks. It's a triangle. I don't know if you could tell from the box, but it's shaped like a triangle, which to me is kind of gross, but like it's a trade-off, right? Because this thing was like $115, whereas if you were to get the JBL Extreme, dude, that thing costs like $250 to $350 or something crazy. So I'll accept a gross, weird triangle speaker if it performs well, because I personally want to do, you know, performance over aesthetics, right? So let's get this thing open. It comes in this nice box. It's orange and black. It's like a flat black color. Lifting up the flap, the flappity flappity. All right, so inside is a box. We got one of these, WKing accessory box, right? Accessory. The speaker's gonna be super awesome for anyone who likes really loud sounds outside. Let's see what's in the accessory box. I did look at this online a bunch of times in my research before I purchased it. So I kind of know what's in the box, but I got this thing in the mail like 2 hours ago and I'm super excited to check it out. So the first thing in the box, it looks like we have a strap, and the strap goes on the top of the speaker. It's made out of like a funky, like a seatbelt material almost. If you look at it, I don't know if you could see it on camera, on the cam, but it's got this seatbelt material, and then it has like these hooks. Let's see. It's got the seatbelt material, and then it's got these hooks on it. So let's see if, yeah. So these hooks are pretty nice. Pretty nice looking hooker. My strappy hooker, my strap-on hooker. So yeah, there's this thing. Let's see here, let's open it up. Okay, so we got that. We have an auxiliary cord, which is 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter. If you want to use this thing as like a sound bar for your TV, I think maybe you could do it, but I'm not totally sure. I used to own a JBL Charge 3, and you could do it to that using the auxiliary, so I'm guessing you could do it to this one as well. But you have one of these if you do want to do like a hard connection instead of a Bluetooth. And this one is pretty interesting. Oh, look at that, look at that. So this cable is actually a USB to Type-C, because this unit gets charged with a Type-C charging cable. Like literally everything on the internet said that this cable was gonna be a Type-C to Type-C. And I was thinking the whole time like, okay, great, now I'm gonna have to buy a Type-C to wall brick adapter, because they're gonna give me a Type-C Type-C. So I was kind of like irritated, because that's a little bit more of a unique cord. I think that the Google Pixels use a Type-C to Type-C situation where like you plug that into the brick and then that into the wall. But that's like a weird like Pixel phone type thing. So anyway, I'm pretty excited that they gave me, like I said, it's a Type C to USB. I don't think there's a power brick in here, but that shouldn't be too big of an issue. My phone cord is the same cord, my Galaxy, so I'm assuming they'll be interchangeable. So anyway, let's get this thing open. So there's the accessories. I don't know how to open this. Let's go. Let's go, Brandon. Or no, what's it? Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, I think it's Let's Go, Brandon, right? So here's the box. Empty box. It's got specs on it. It's like a nice flat sheen. Let's put that off to the side. Here's my manual, user manual. X10 wireless speaker. So, yeah, I'm assuming it's not going to be overly complicated. I mean, it's just a speaker after all. We'll go like that. They have these nice foam things to protect it. The box it came in, I bought this on Amazon. The box it came in was like super gymongous, and like, I don't know, this case is a heck of a lot smaller, but anyway, okay, cool. So this is what it looks like. It for sure has a JBL vibe to it. It has this this rubber thing on the bottom so that when it's sitting, it could have a little bit of grip. I guess maybe I don't know why you would put this on a wet surface. I don't know, let's just pretend for a second that you're using this at a party and you're super drunk and you want to put it on the beer pong table if that's what you're doing. Maybe as it bumps, like it doesn't rattle and slip off the table, I don't know. But it's got two hooks here. One right there and one right there for your little hooky seat belt. These things on the sides are called passive radiators. So it's got one right there, and it actually has a secret one right in the back. And if I remember correctly, it has one mid right here, another mid right here, and then it's got like little baby like 1.5 inch tweeters or something. And so like these mids are gonna act as the woofer, right? As the bass. And I did some reading, and apparently a passive radiator or a passive radiating subwoofer is like, you have the normal subwoofer that's like, and like, that's the thing that produces the oomph. But the passive radiator is, it's like a fake subwoofer kind of, that just like sits there, and like there's no internal components that produce any oomph out of it, right? It just like does its own thing. I don't know if you ever looked inside of a regular house subwoofer, but a lot of times they're called ported. There's like a hole in the back of the box, and if like as you're bumping it, you could put your hand there and you feel the air. You actually feel the wind from the woofer going, and it's pushing the air. So if you put your hand in front of the hole, you can actually feel the air going, and like, that's a thing, right? It's a thing. I forget what they call it. It's just a ported subwoofer, but these little portable styles are not ported, and that's why they're able to become waterproof. So like, this thing, I think, is water resistant. So like, I could spray it with the hose. I could probably drop it in the shower for a couple seconds if I want. But like, if you throw this thing in the ocean, I don't think it's gonna hold up too long. But anyway, so what the passive subwoofer does is, in a normal system, the hole in the back, it pushes the air out, and there's a longer period of time that has to pass before the woofer can retract and then pump out again. So like, your sound is gonna be more like, whereas with these enclosed types, it's supposed to be, there's supposed to be a faster recoil instead of like, the sound or the air is getting pushed off the back wall of the speaker, and it's going, so you have a faster recoil. So instead of like, it's more like, because you're leveraging the air, and it's like, so like the sound is supposed to be a little bit tighter. that's with this style. So the way that the passive radiator works is every time that wind on the inside of the system gets pushed up against the wall, instead of it just hitting the wall and then slamming back into it to make the sound tight, it's actually hitting these little guys, these passive radiators, and the idea is for it to reuse that air energy, and it pumps out this thing. And because it's a delayed reaction, like it's a delayed oomph, basically. Like you have the normal one that's like poof, poof. This is going to be like poof, poof, poof. It's a delayed frequency, I guess you could call. I don't know. It's supposed to hit more sections of like the volume, like the original intended sound produced in the studio is supposed to come through a little bit more. I don't know if it's true. This is just what I researched. Supposedly this thing kicks ass when it comes to the bass. You know, they have the nice little W King. It's very subtle right there. Like I said, it's kind of gross. It's a triangle. This thing is really big though. Like it's really big. This thing is pretty big. I'm not sure, you know, how it's gonna sound, but I'm super duper excited to give it a go. So we'll see. You have the buttons right here are like indented. They're like, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but they're like little like divots. They kind of go in. Let's turn it on. Let's see if it has any battery in it from the factory. So I pushed the button and there's 3 little light indicators on top, and they did show up, but it didn't give me any noise. Well, there we go. Cool, so I held it down for a couple seconds, and then all of the buttons actually lit up. Well, and that's pretty nice, you know, especially if it's gonna be outside at nighttime or something. You're gonna change the song. I think these are supposed to stay on the entire time. So you have a power button, you have a minus volume, so to lower it, you have a play button, plus button to jack up the volume, and then this last one over here, I guess it's like a equalizer type thing. There's two different sound modes on this. Unfortunately, it doesn't have an app, so it doesn't have like a customizable equalizer, but it does have, there's like an indoor mode, which I guess has like a little bit more bass. And then there's an outdoor mode, which like projects the volume further and it kind of tones down the bass a little bit. But the idea is like the way it's set up is supposed to help cut through background noises while you're in a party situation or like doing stuff outside. So like if you're in a machine shop or something and there's like machines like clanking around making all kinds of crazy noise, supposedly this is supposed to be able to cut through the noise. You can still hear it. So yeah, I'm gonna test this out and then I'll tell you what I think. The W King X10-1. This is a very interesting speaker. I found that all of the reviews online really hype this thing up when it comes to the bass, the amount of bass that it produces. But I personally felt like when you listen to genres such as like R&B or gangster rap or I don't know, hip hop, like I feel like the bass, like it's there, but it's definitely lacking. It's not hitting those like low rumbles like you know, like if you have a system in a car and you're gonna go bumping music, like it's not gonna do that. The genre that I personally felt like it had the most bass with was kind of like aggressive type rock and roll, maybe like Breaking Benjamin, maybe like A Day to Remember. Cypress Hill sounded pretty cool on it. I think a lot of it has to do with like how the producers set the equalizers like as they're producing the music. Like it has a lot to do with the back end because not all bands of the same genre sound good on it. And like it's kind of a hit or miss, like it's sort of weird. This outdoor function mode that kind of reduces the bass and pumps up the treble and the mids, that's pretty cool because certain songs, like easygoing songs, like older stuff, right? Like Richie Valens, the Penguins, right? Stuff like that. It kind of like, there's like too much bass. And so, but it's not like a bass. It's not like, right? Like it's not a rumble at all. It's like the sound that was produced back in the day is more of like a surface noise. And this thing, because it makes the music sound so full, it's almost like there's too much happening with those older style songs. So the outdoor mode is pretty cool. Like I said, yeah, I've had it for about 2 weeks now, and I've listened to it for a collective maybe like 10, 15 hours. Right when I got it, it showed 2 bars. There's only three little light up things that like flash when as a battery indicator. So like when I got it, there's 2 of them that were lit up. I used it for 10 minutes and then it jumped down to 1. So I'd say the first time it was maybe like 20 to 30% charged when I fired it up. And that one took maybe like 2 or 3 hours to charge it. And then the second time I charged it was the second time I charged it, it took a really long time. I have a pretty powerful charger, it's pretty quick. It's a Type-C port, and it took like 3.5 hours. Like I set it down right over there, and I was like walking around doing work in the yard, and I was very surprised at how long it took to charge. So that was kind of interesting. The thing that I like about this, like, okay, so we also have a JBL Essential, which is like one of the smallest tube style speakers of the JBL line, but like it's a really good speaker for like being how small it is. I didn't think that this was too much louder than it, but I actually showed this thing to my dad and he felt that it was like way louder. He was like, it's super, super duper loud compared to the JBL Essential. So I guess it's a good value when you consider that the JBL Essential on like Walmart.com or Amazon or whatever typically goes for like $80, maybe $90. This thing was like 120, maybe 130. So like, is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. But keep in mind that like the bass is not going to rattle your brain. It's not going to like punch you in the face. You know, it's more of like a hard mid sound, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's a good speaker. Like overall, it's a good speaker. And I think one of my favorite things about it is that like it gets loud enough to the point where you could put it at like full blast and you're only gonna piss off your neighbors like a little bit. Like if you're having a get together, it's loud enough to where you could like maximize your fun before you start pissing off the neighbors. So it's a really nice balance of like the capabilities of how loud it gets. I'd say that's definitely a benefit because when people get together, they start drinking, right? The music goes way loud and then it's like, like it's like you're punching yourself in the face with the bass, with the noise, with the loudness, the volume, but like you're also kind of pissing everyone off around you, you know? So like as a standalone house speaker, that's gonna do like 85 to 90% of what you wanna do, 99, like most of the time, this will be completely adequate, completely fine. And the fact that it's got the charging bank in the back, and the USB port, I didn't use it, but the USB port, I guess you could upload music to like a flash drive and plug it in, and how you navigate, I have no idea. But yeah, overall, like that's my opinion of it. It's a good speaker. It is a good speaker. You do get a lot of bang for your buck, but just again, keep in mind that like, it's not gonna blow your face off with bass, right? That's like my main thing because I feel like the reviews online were very deceptive when it came to that. It's not disappointing, but it's also not what I thought. So with that being said, yeah, if you're looking for something to kind of spice things up, I guess, go ahead and check it out. Once again, it's called the W King X10-1. There's no affiliate link below this video because I'm not monetizing it. So yeah, this is just an honest review. I bought this thing. I thought it was pretty cool. It is pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much my review. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought. Give me your input, your insight. Maybe I said something that was stupid or incorrect. I don't know. Let me know. So talk to you soon.